Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Finance Committee. Discussion of 2025 budget tables will begin next month, that is November. Why is that important? The rate. They are still settling out 2024 and 2023, now suddenly they are going to be ready for 2025 in its tables? I believe this tells us we will soon have a rate in order for them to fix those tables. As you're aware, Iraq has some issues with protesters charging the U.S. Embassy. I'm glad it has not escalated. Iraq has been doing a great job about staying out of all these little conflicts. We don't want them to get involved in these conflicts. They need to stay on a straight and narrow. They've been doing a great job of this. Let's hope that continues. This would be good for both the dinar as well as the stocks. On the news, Alak came in and talked again about the deletion of the 3 zeros, and he said we have a process to enhance the dinar. He was explaining how they are going to delete the 3 zeros and add value. Then this idiot comes on TV and he says to us dropping the zeros will not lead to a value increase. He's just a fool that hates this is happening. That's all Alak talked about, again saying it's under constant review. Frank, as far as the guy that comes out and says this is not good, that's its negative. This is not being sent to you by Sadani. Don't pay attention to them. Only pay attention to your true leader Sadani. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sadani expressed, on Thursday, Iraq's readiness to enter into a partnership with American companies in the oil industry sector, revealing at the same time his government's intention to establish a new Iraqi bank. This came during his participation in New York. Can the news get any better? Finally, the U.S. is engaging Iraq and seriously taking on partnerships, especially in the energy sector. So we know if the U.S. is invested in Iraq, something is up. I have never been accused of being soft-spoken. Taxes. There are rich people and there are poor people. The difference is that the poor pay taxes all their life and the rich pay little to no taxes. The tax code, IRC, is written for both. You do not have to pay out 1/3 to 1/2 your exchange funds in taxes. You can use a charitable remainder uni trust and pay only 10% in taxes, and those taxes are deferred for 20 years if you wish. Find an asset protection organization or attorney. The CRUT is a 2-page document and gives you the legal right to pay zero capital gains taxes. And you can buy and sell using the trust. This is perfect for real estate but can be used for an unlimited number of purposes. There is some good stuff out of Iraq today. Parliamentary Conquest reveals an agreement to pass 2 controversial laws today. This is very important news. This is the Personal Status Law and the return of real estate to its owners covered by some decisions of the dissolved Revolutionary Command Council law. These are settlements for other things that we were told we would see right before they do the dinar change in value. For me this is huge. To me this shows us how close we are. Remove the zeros. It's not to diminish the value of the currency or to keep the currency the same, as you might hear from others. Exchange offices in Anbar province have refrained from buying and selling the dollar after sudden speculations led to a rise in the exchange rate. A source in the governorate told Al-Maluma agency that the fluctuation in the exchange rate of the dollar, which rose suddenly, led to exchange offices refraining from trading in the currency. He added, the exchange offices are waiting for the market to stabilize to resume trading in the dollar. He explained that a force from the National Security Service carried out a security operation targeting a number of exchange offices in search of exchange rate speculators. He explained, the exchange rate jumped to 155,000 dinars for every $100 after it was 150,000 dinars for every $100. The Iraq al-Mustaqbal Foundation for Economic Studies and Consultations attributed, on Thursday, the reasons for the rise in the price of the dollar against the dinar in Iraq to the decline in remittances of other currencies, and the inability to cover the demand for foreign currency for the purpose of import, expecting the rise to continue until the price of $1 reaches 1,600 dinars in the coming period. The head of the institution, Manar al-Obaidi, said in a statement received by Shafaq news agency, that the dollar prices against the dinar during the past days reached 1,550 dinars for every US dollar. Al-Obaidi attributed the increase to the decline in remittances of other currencies, specifically the UAE dirham and the Chinese yuan, as a result of the large restrictions imposed by correspondent banks that are carrying out the process of strengthening the balances of these currencies, in addition to the reluctance of banks included in the city pilot project to open accounts for operating companies and limiting their work to companies with which they have previously dealt,